We're at NRAAM 2024. We are here in the Syndicus booth with the Orion, and I thought you handed me an AK. Then I started playing with it, and like most things, if you play with it a little too much, you get confused. Tell the internet what this is.
Oh, bro. Well, thank you guys. My name's Andrew from Syndicus. This is the Orion. And yes, you are correct. For the most part, it is an AKM platform, but it shoots the 223-556. But what makes it so special is that it takes your standard Gen 3 PMAGS. No
rock and lock. This is what blew my mind.
And
I literally did this off camera and was like, no, in. It was incredible. Talk to me about this.
So I did the same thing. The very first time we tested and it worked. I got so excited that it worked. I did a rock and lock release and everyone's looking at me like, hey, you idiot. You just put in the PMAG adapter. So don't feel bad. No, we've been working on this project for about 2 years. We wanted to design an AK that was a 223-556 platform, but we wanted to give the versatility for any operator to use it in any theater, whether it's war, here in the homeland, sport, whatever it may be. So to kind of give you a rundown, right? The Orion, from top to bottom. We have this awesome brake from Unbridled. Zach's a really good friend of mine. Really keeps this gun stabilized, mitigates muzzle rise and recoil. Even cooler is that the thread pitch on this is 1.5 by 38.
Thank you for not doing something stupid. Thank you.
I like to keep it simple, right?
Yeah.
Now, as we go down, we have an adjustable gas block for the same concept of, hey, if you're gonna put a suppressor on here, you could tune it to whatever you like. Or if you're doing competitive shooting, 223s, 556, 55 grain, 62 grain, 67 grain, whatever it may be.
Also, like it's actually toolless. Like you can turn this by hand, but the detents are so big that you don't see this just accidentally get nailed and getting moved. This is pretty cool.
Correct, absolutely. And as we work down, right, we have our rail system that goes all the way down, enough space. We wanted the concept to be, hey, if we need, any accessories on it, a light, a pressure switch, a D-ball, PEC 15, whatever it may be, we can add that on there without any issues. We come down to the dust cover, same thing. It marries well just with that. And then we have our mag well, which is the most important part. So our mag well was patented about a year ago. We've been working on this for about 2.5 years. This is version 10. We wanted to keep it simple and functional. Once we got that part down, it's like, okay, how do we make this aesthetically appealing? Well, you put in a little bit of effort, a little bit of creativity, and you get what we have here, the Orion Magwell.
I think you also took what's probably the most important touch point on guys that are going from AR platforms, and that was reloading. We did an M70 review earlier this year, and the biggest thing we dicked up was reloads. And so if it's an AR pattern gun, it was really, really easy. Getting over to rack the gun wasn't that complicated. It's an AK, right? Like that was relatively intuitive, but this changed from a rock and lock to being able to just quickly put, like it's a less complicated battery of arms to get without losing the really robust charging handle you get on AKs with their gas system and then with their safety selector, which is easily doable. I'm sorry for left-handed people, it might get a little bit more complicated. But for righties, which is most shooters, this is a very smooth, very quick, also very weather-adverse friendly setup, which is really, really cool that you kept that on the AK.
And that's the other thing too, right? AKs were designed to be so simplistic.
Yep.
And there's not a lot of craziness to it. There's not a lot of parts that need to be maintenance or fixed or replaced. And if they do, it's very, very simple to do. So again, with what you said, we wanted to keep it very simple, very minimalistic to the point where you can operate it and not have any issues with it. So being able to take your mag out, come in here, reload it, underhand charge, overhand charge, side charge, whatever it may be, you can get it done at a much faster rate, especially if you're engaging or you're a competitive shooter or whatnot.
Gloved hands, adverse conditions, whatever it is. You kept what made the AK make sense and you changed the touch points that are typically pain points when you're going from an AR to
right. And the cool thing about it is this isn't just for the Orion. So we actually make this for the M90. We were gonna make it for the KR101. I hope they fix their things there so we can. And we're working on a version for the Arsenal Stand 5.
Ooh.
So it does take a little bit of gunsmithing. Obviously you can send it in to us or we can send it over to you if you're well versed, but it is adaptable to those different platforms as well.
Hot.
So, and we had that M90 at SHOT Show, and we had this piece on it. Everyone's like, oh my God, what's that?
Yeah.
We explained the same thing. Hey, this is how it works. They're like, this is great. And that's a mill receiver too.
Yeah.
So we had no issues there. We take it a little bit further down. We also we didn't patent this, but there's no need to because a lot of people do it. It's our 1913 rear trunnion.
Sure, yeah.
We
I'm glad it's coming this way. You're not having to go and drill it afterwards or send it off. That if you're going to go buy a premium rifle, I want the M-lock slots. I want the hinge cover. I want the top rail. I want the 1913 so I can go do what I want with the parts. I think it's very, very smart.
No, absolutely.
You went and made it aftermarket friendly for competitive shooters. You have operators like police officers and things like that. They're going to say, hey, we run these cans. We run these flashlights. This is what's issued to us. This AK of sorts, the Orion, can accept most of those features.
Yes.
That's sick. When is this available? Is it available? And when can we get one of these?
So the Orion is available for pre-orders now. July will be the cutoff and delivery date for pre-orders. So if you guys want to get in, by all means get in.
Where do they go for that?
So we're starting it off at $3,500 for MSRP.
Sure.
Again, it comes with everything you see here for the exception of this and the optic. But pretty much like you said, it's all standard. I mean, from top to bottom, from the brake all the way down to the buttstock. Also, depending on where you live, you might not be able to get this buttstock, but that's another story, but we can make it work.
So they go to syndicus.com and that's where they'll be able to pre-order these?
Yes, syndicususa.com, and you'll be able to pre-order these and you'll be able to see any of our other guns on there on the website that you'd like. If you have any questions, email info@syndicususa.com or Syndicus Def Corp on Instagram. We post all our new and latest greatest, from Cerakote to gun builds to any crazy designs we have for the Orion.
This is cool. I'm excited to see these floating around more. I want to see them get shot. And really, I want to see these get used. AKs are designed for that. I think this is being designed to be a heavy use gun.
Yes.
You can feel it even with this prototype. I think it's super cool. If you guys have questions about this, put it in the comment section below. I will likely be harassing you guys here soon. But until then, I will see you guys at the next booth.